Welcome. Is this the first time you're calling in?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yes.
I've been
What's your
listening. I, my life path has changed drastically 2020,
question?
and I'm just doing a whole different job than I ever thought I would ever be doing. Loving it, but also being a change agent for my county, for my city, for my state, and I just want to make sure that this is um, the path that I need to be going on.
Oh, I love your question, and I love the energy, and I love the way the light is shining. There's a lot of work required. So this is what your energy field, all of it is sharing. You're trying new things. It's almost like you're applying for new jobs. Is that correct?
I'm creating new jobs for myself.
You're
I've almost
creating new jobs for yourself. And so that's fantastic. It's really, really fantastic. And this is an extension of what you've ever done before. You're taking ideas and you're putting them down. And this has been really, really exciting. There are more people to bring in. So your energy field is talking about um, the details. You need someone else to take a look and go through the details. Does that feel correct?
yes, yes. I have an assistant that is on board with me, and that's all she does is help me with the details, the typing. Because I acknowledge I'm an adult woman with ADHD, which works in the field that I'm doing. Uh, but I know I need somebody to sit down and help me attack or center myself in answering certain things. So I do have that young woman, and it's just in the sense of um, helping positively impact future politicians and leaders in the sense of this is what our county needs or our city needs, and them listening is where my gratitude comes in because I feel like I'm speaking the truth and that there is power in that. That I look at them spiritually and I'm feeling. There's a man that's running for supervisor, and I felt like he had the blessing of being of service already in his bloodline. And I said, you've already been called, your family's been called. And he then spoke that his father was a pastor, missionary pastor, and his brothers were. And I just felt like, wow, where are you taking me? And just very grateful to be able to be part of this new awakening that our country so needs. So
And
it's
so
scary.
I
I'm
love
excited.
the share, and I love what you're sharing here, right? You're following breath by breath, moment by moment. And before you would have held your tongue and not shared those words. And when you shared it, it made such a difference for him and
Yeah.
such an acknowledgement of your subtle senses. And
Yeah.
this is the most important task that you're here to connect with and do is you give people permission to dive in deeper. You're a deep, deep person and you're everywhere. That's you're in so many places and you're deep. And so when a deep message comes, it's so important for you to share it. In the past, you didn't feel safe sharing that message. And now that's the thing that will continue to propel you forward. One of the fields that's with you is when you get sad, you get stuck. So you have to have a process for the sadness. And I'm putting that in quotes because it feels like a micro betrayal. And I'm putting that in quotes again. That
Mhm.
sadness
Mhm.
or a micro betrayal you take very, very personally. Did that make sense?
It makes very big sense, and that was my ask. Is that in this journey, I connected with a, I call her my sister. For the past 10 years, we spoke into this and we manifested this, and then all of a sudden, I still don't have that closure. That small betrayal separated me from her, And so as I walk, I still think about her, and I'm like, why am I now in the front of the camera? Wasn't she supposed to be in the front? And it just almost like, am I good enough? Why? But I
So
felt,
I want to share a story with you that I shared probably with Jessica a little bit earlier this week, which is so, so funny. So my husband and his guy friends can hang out, and one will say to the third guy, "Oh my gosh, a really comical, like, by the way, our mutual friend said this about you." And it's sort of like a real jab. It was intentionally a little bit hurtful, maybe gossip, right? And my husband and his two friends will kind of like, they'll be like guys together for a few minutes, and they'll kind of, they'll be like, what was that about? And then, or they'll go and they'll throw the baseball as they're working this out, or they'll do some form of physical thing together. When he was younger, Greg would have punched someone and his friends would have punched back, right? They would have just punched and it was over, and then they're going and they're hanging out watching the Golden Gophers. Girls, right? Girls. Girl number one hears from girl number two that girl number three was saying blah, blah, blah about her. And that those girls may never speak for the rest of their lives. To one of the girls. And this is so important because we have to, as women, become capable of hashing it out and really finding what was the source of that. Why did that happen? And 250,000 women studied by women. The number one thing that women want is to feel safe. And sometimes they will have a tester, micro betrayal, conversation, gossip to see who they can trust because they in their own lives are not feeling safe. All of that is science research to say women have to become resilient. They have to become resilient with their girlfriends. 10 years worth of friendship. And if someone speaks about you and they've earned your respect and integrity over the years, and a betrayal comes up, you find out what that was about. You get a mutual friend involved. I love the work of Dave Logan. We teach it quite often in our upper levels in Miracle Makers Academy. But in the upper levels, we teach you how to go from tribal 1 thinking to tribal 5 thinking. And tribal 1 thinking is life sucks. Tribe 2 thinking is my life sucks. People in that tribe. Tribe 3 is my life doesn't suck because I've accomplished this. Tribe 5 thinking is, oh, we all value, for example, we all value the environment. And so that's tribe 5. And then tribe 4. And then tribe 5 thinking is thinking there is no us and them. We're all in this together. We're all going to move humanity, the earth, everything that we value together. And in some areas of our life where our parents were stuck or our lineage is stuck, a person stuck in tribal 1 thinking. And so your friendships, your relationships, especially the girl ones, the long-term ones, bring up the betrayal, the micro betrayal, in order for you to fully address the tribal 1 thinking in your family. And they're giving you an opportunity to love yourself, heal yourself, and love them, and create something bigger for yourself, for them, and for humanity. That being said, right? That being said, if someone gossips and creates chaos for everyone, they're going to do that for you. right? When you meet someone, within a few meetings, you will know if this is someone that gossips, if this is someone that creates pain or drama for others, right? Or
Mhm.
you know if there's someone that is in integrity and someone you love hanging out with. My choice in friendships used to be if we could laugh together. If we were laughing, because I saw and see laughter as a high level of intelligence for our pain.
Mhm.
It's a defense mechanism for our pain. And then if you can laugh with someone, you also can, you can fluff the dis-ease. You can move through the dis-ease that's present. If you can't laugh with people, oh my gosh. If it's all serious, like, oh, and
Right.
so yes, that joy level. And so Delphina, this is a friend that you loved. Is that correct?
Yes. So
It's someone that you laughed with.
it was, we called each other sisters at the end, and I just feel that what you're talking about resonates, that I'm heading towards a tribe 5 energy, and she wasn't ready for that, and so she is in whatever level that she's at. I wish her the best. I did try what you suggested. I tried to speak with her about it. I tried to bring a mediator to help, and she just wasn't ready. And I do wish her the best, but it is you're resonating in the sense of I feel like I'm being called to be a more tribe 5 and to be an example for these politicians, like I said, the senators, the supervisors, the city council people, and that I'm able to touch and speak. And I realize, um, just needing the centering, obviously, and the advice. So thank
And
you.
so it's so beautiful because we said earlier that it's going to come to so beautifully, it's going to come to the fall season again, right? You have to be willing to give up your old friends and get to the core values, and inside yourself feel what you have to feel, right? And trust in the miracle. This is happening for you. Her not being part of this, and that you're with your open heart when she's ready, available for her to come back in. You'll and this is from my near-death experiences. When I had the near death, I didn't understand why I was placed in all the strange situations that I wound up in and all of the hurt. And every time I would cross over, I would see everything from the 360-degree view, is what I called it. I could understand why the person that was hurting me was hurting me. I saw from their eyes what was happening. I saw from everyone involved. And so it brought me a great deal of comfort to think, wow, I'll understand it when I'm going back through the veil. I'll understand why something happened. I don't need to understand it now. I just need to believe in the miracle. And it brought me a great deal of comfort. And I would make requests like, dear God, I'd love to have a great relationship with this person that was causing me harm. I'd love for us to be friendly, and but I would put the request into the universe. And I would do my best, and I would stay away from them if I knew they were harmful.
Mhm.
And they came back not harmful. They
Oh,
came back with an apology. They
yay.
came back, right? Oh, Jessica, I love the heart. And I think that's the deepest layer of trust and love that we can dive into. And so that your friendship and your relationship with her will be understood at the heart level, and that you put your request in. She was so much fun. I can't wait. Bring her back or someone better, right? God, you're
Mhm.
smarter than me. Source, love,
Mhm.
angels, universe, you're smarter than me. I loved her. let it be her or whoever you think is better.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
And let her be, and let her evolve to her highest self along her path. Because we're all put on this, at least I believe we're all put on this planet, and we all have our own journeys. We have our own reasons why. And in some cases, I believe that we could possibly agree to play out certain dramatic roles in each other's lives to help each other grow, and then we go on in our next adventure. Whether we're playing the hero or the villain or the neutral or the flower. And so it's even for me, I know some of my biggest agitators have agitated me to the point of evolution, where I've stepped up to the next level. And it's just like, there's at that time when it was happening, I'm just like, how could you, the betrayal? And then later on, I'm just like, actually, thank you. You can stay over there, but thank you.
Yeah. I'm at that place right now, Jessica. I really feel like it was both of us. Like, she was supposed to be the forefront, and then all of a sudden, she decided to stay behind, and I'm like, no, we got to finish this mission. And I realized that I was to be the forefront. Like, I ran for city council. I exposed a lot of the things that were happening in my city and my county, and I lost. But the next day, the senator calls me and says, "I need you on my team. You ran a race with integrity." Yeah. And now it's like a complete 360 of not. I would have never done it if I probably would have been her friend still. Which is, I've never said that. So thank you for giving me that epiphany. I went, oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
And I just wanted to share one thing. You said you lost, but you didn't lose. If I could only share how many times I have fallen flat on my face and thought I'm not getting anywhere, and then all of a sudden one day I'm like, how did I get here? It was that journey. And those journeys weren't losses. It's like, if you think of a long battle, it's not these or I don't want to say a war, but we'll put it in that context. It's not about maybe some of the battles down. It's the bigger picture. And the fact that you've walked in integrity, that's the real win. Because there can be an illusion that people that play dirty, or people that lie, or people that are deceitful, or that put on a veil of illusion are the winners. But the reality is, are they really? Because they're actually prisoners. Can they actually walk in integrity at any time? Do they have to remember every single lie, every single mirage, every single facade, every step of the way? They can't slip up. They have to remember all the lies. They're not free. They didn't win. And at some point, you can only sweep so much stuff underneath the rug before it starts sticking out, and it's like,
That's funny. It gets really big.
You walk in integrity, and you're free. You're free. There is nothing that can harm you. So you're the true winner, and you're a warrior, and that's why they brought you on, because you're free. And that's the biggest strength we ever can be in, is being free in our integrity.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
One love.
Well. Yay, love.
Do it.
How fun is this? And I see Zoe is on with us. Hi, Lovey. Thank you so much. Before we jump to Zoe, I just want to make sure with that, Delphina, that any takeaways, anything that you want us to hold you accountable for?
Well, I just want to thank Jessica's words. It was like a light bulb in the way that she spoke, and then I transposed it in a way I never would have said it. That I ran for city office because of that friendship breaking. But she was supposed to be the one that was running, decided not to. And whatever the relationship or whatever she needed to stop, or do what she needs to do without me. I'm very thankful for this epiphany because I felt very that it wasn't my right to be stepping forward or wasn't my place, but I believe that I'm living where I'm living where I need to be at this moment and helping those that are positively going to help my city, my county, my state, and hopefully the United States. We need to get good people in office that think with their heart and that are soul minded, that it's not about corruption. Like you're saying, Jessica, exactly, you're feeling what's happened in this area. And a lot of people call me a Deborah of Bible times, where I'm speaking truth to power, and they are listening. And I'm just hoping that we are continue to grow this momentum of taking back what is good for us. And like you said, Dr. Sarah, what is the ethos of understanding who we are? I want to be a tribe 5. I want to take that class. I want to know more about that. Speak the language and live it also.
To live it also. I'm going to invite you, because you're working on this. We have a group called Lifetime Miracle Makers Lifetime members. They're the life, and because they're serving at such a high level, we invite them in. So at some point we'll send you that invite, and thank you for the great work that you're doing. You've got angels, and you know this, you've felt them all around you, an army of them. It's so beautiful. They love being in service, and that they love being in service because you always give it forward. Whatever they give you, you give it forward. So trust the words coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And
it's my gratitude crying.
And remember to call upon them in times of, just those times that, just remember to call upon them because they're ready at your service.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, you guys.